The markets end the week bullish. My name's D7 here, Grok Trade. It's the weekend edition. Good through Sunday, March 13th, 2016. On Friday, all major indices in bullish territory, including the banks and the financials. Crude oil higher by more than 1%. However, a sell-off with precious metals, gold and silver down. Fear dropping on Friday by 5%. And we're going to be looking at a lot of information here. Stay with me. Always go down here to the bottom right hand corner. Watch this in high definition and in full screen. You'll get the very best in visual qualities. Here we are looking at the Spiders ETF. This is the S&P 500. And you'll notice here we were come up here, hit our head at resistance, chopped around here a little bit, and then we hung out here. This is building a high base. And this high base could certainly get bullish and quickly. And sure enough, on Friday, boom, to the upside on decent volume. It did break out of a resistance point. If you go back, we have resistance here, come all the way down, resistance here, resistance broken. We have a nice pop to the upside. If I look at the weekly chart here, something big happened. We got to close above a major area of resistance. Bring in some more data so you can take a look at what I was looking at. You'll see support 1, support 2, support 3, support 4, okay? Puts us on this trajectory. Support 5, support 6, support broken, and now what should be resistance is broken. Big time puncture of what should have acted as a ceiling. And this is confirmed now. This close at the week's high. The last 4 weeks have been very bullish. The biggest run we've had in some time. We did close above this. Volume, decent. Monthly chart on the S&P 500. Broke support, tweezer bottom, big rally, big pop, big resistance coming up here shortly. However, this is a monthly chart. So for the month, if you get a monthly candlestick of this size, it's still a pretty good run. Had a lot of volatility as of late. Now, before I get into any of these other indices and get into precious metals and all, we do have a mentorship coming up next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. If you need to have a trading mentor. To get a trading mentor, go to groktrade.com. Once you're here, click on Trading Mentor, fill out a form, and we'll give you more information. It's that simple. Also, a lot of you guys are fairly new at trading. Make sure you go to Free Online Trading Education, fill out this form. That'll give you a free trading education. It's trading tutorials that'll be emailed directly to you, free of charge. We have many students. Back to the markets. If we go to the Dow, take a look at the Dow here. This is the diamonds. Big rally. Very nice rally. Volume, not too bad. Nice rally. Volume's just mediocre at best on a daily chart. On the weekly chart, huge symmetrical triangle, up. Volume has been very light on the weekly side of things. We do have more upside potential here before we hit major resistance. So Dow on the weekly chart have another week or maybe 2 before we come into trouble. If you look at the monthly chart on the Dow, I could certainly see this month growing higher in the next couple weeks, but major resistance if we get here. NASDAQ is very important to me. NASDAQ, this is the monthly chart on the NAS. Big time support, broken. Now we haven't reached this area of resistance yet. If the NASDAQ on the monthly chart gets here, that's going to be problematic for the market. So the NASDAQ monthly could go up a little more before it hits resistance. Let's take a look at the weekly chart on the NASDAQ. The weekly chart, we're going higher. Volume is very low compared to the volume dropping. Look how big that volume is on the drop. Heading up, this is just a bear pullback. We're starting to roll over. You can see that with the highs. We have a falling 20-week moving average, and we have major resistance coming up. So I think we have another perhaps week or two before things get very bearish. If you look at the daily chart, the daily chart's up and away, nice uptrend. You get this inverted head and shoulders trend reversal pattern, and we're higher. Nothing saying that we shouldn't just keep going higher here. As long as we can stay between these two red lines, things should remain fairly bullish. And small caps, very important to watch the small caps. Here's the daily chart on the Russells. We have resistance, resistance. We come down, resistance broken, chop it around, a little bull pull back and a rally. We're caught up in moving averages, but all in all, not doing too poorly here. If you look at the weekly chart, here's the big problem. This is the problem. You can see it. We have support, support, support. This line is a good line. I copied this line. It's identical, okay? They're identical. And I move it to the highest close of this swing. This is a set area. This is a hypothetical area. But look where we hit resistance and pulled back. I think small caps are already set to drop. I'm not convinced that we're going to keep going higher here, so I put the little red arrow heading down. I think this is a big time problem area on the weekly chart on small caps because we are in fact at resistance. The monthly chart, we still have more upside potential on the month on small caps, so we could have another month or so of bullish activity. So that's saying it's not too bad, not yet. But the weekly chart, that's suspect at best. Now I want to look at the financials. This is the ETF XLF. This is the monthly chart. Monthly chart, we dropped, we're popping, and there's really nothing in the way on the monthly chart from this continuing to rise. If you look at the weekly chart, dropped, bear pullback, we're coming to a resistance area right now in the falling 20-week moving average. That is going to be trouble for the financials. The financials, if we hit our head here and start to drop, that's going to pull the rest of the market southbound. So the weekly chart is something that we're watching. But check out the daily. Here's the daily chart on the financials. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Boom, we smack our head at resistance. We are there right now. That's not good. I think that the financials, if we do not blast through that with force, you're going to see this suffer and start to trickle southbound, and the rest of the markets will indeed follow. Crude oil. Crude oil has had a very nice run on the daily chart. We get this inverted head and shoulders, run, 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 run. I'm waiting for a pullback to this area of support. Look for a great area to make a purchase. We're going up on dissipating volume. Wait for an entry opportunity. Take profits now if you are more nimble and you're in and out quite a bit. And then if I go here to the weekly chart, the weekly chart says hang in there. This thing is at a potential bottom. Falling wedge, breakout, maybe wait for a little pullback and a rally. That would give you a double bottom trend reversal pattern. But all in all, we're looking pretty bullish here. If you look at the monthly chart, We're just now starting to pop. I think on the monthly side, we're going to have more white candlesticks. Last time we had a white candlestick was back here, August of 2015. And prior to that, we didn't have one until April 2015. And before we had two consecutive ones, we were in the first part going into the second quarter of 2014. 2 bullish months in a row for crude oil. But here, I think we're going to see possibly multiple months going northbound in crude oil, as long as the technicals hold up. Gold, daily chart on gold. Up, past a big time area of resistance. As long as we can stay above this area of resistance, all should be well with gold. If you look at the weekly chart, we have just boom to the upside, and look for a bull pullback, or perhaps a high base formation, or a bullish pennant, or a bull flag, or some sort of formation to make a trade on. Do not be an amateur and jump in to gold right now on a longer time frame. That would be foolish to do so. If you look here at the monthly chart of gold, boom, up and away. Just a real nice move here in the markets, and we called it back here. You remember how many times I called the watch for the bottom being put down on gold and silver, and sure enough, there's the rally. But I'm saying now, wait for this thing to pull back a bit and look for a better entry, a better price to get in. I think it'll give it to you. And silver monthly looks like it's just getting started, but it's running its head against the 20-month moving average coming down. But I think this is a good start here for silver to start getting really bullish. If you look at the weekly chart on silver, as long as we can stay above this area of support, all should be well. We want to be above all major moving averages. As long as silver does that on the weekly, we are good to go. And the problem is on the daily, we went up. We will go into a bull flag breakout, but there was no follow through. We could not break through this big area of resistance. So the question is, can we remain here? As long as price action stays the upper echelon of this blue line opposed to this red line down here, that's going to remain more bullish than it is bearish, but we really need to get above this area of 15 and rally. Right now, the Dow is up over 17,000. The Spider's up over 2,000. Those are psychological levels. And at this moment, things are looking pretty good. Now, for me personally, I want to be flat this market, and especially with the recent move on Friday, I am not going to commit myself bullish based off of what I showed you already in the markets, nor can I commit myself bearish due to what I shared with you in the markets. We have so much to share, and please understand that when I'm doing these videos, or when Miracat's doing these videos, we're giving you the elementary level. You're getting grades kindergarten to 6th grade type information. Please do not try to trade based off of this level of information. The level of information that will give you all the confidence you need to be able to trade with great confidence in the live markets is the information that we deliver to you through mentoring. Again, go to Grok Trade, click on Trading Mentor, watch the videos. If you want more information on our mentoring coming up this weekend, this will be live online. You'll take it from the comforts of your own home. Fill out the form. We'll have a chat with you. If you scroll down, you can listen to all the videos and testimonials that are there. So outside of that, I give you a ton of information here in the markets on a daily basis. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you like it, like it.